the most unforgiving light. Okay, camera, I see you. Hey everyone, long time no see. For those who are new here or returning folks who know and have recognized that I haven't been here for a while, my name is Channy. My pronouns are they, she. I am a biracial person of color and I'm also queer and non-binary. And this is my channel where we're gonna talk about life and experiences and identities, but also do makeup and skincare. So if that sounds good, join me. Now today I have a little dee in my lap. Today I'm going to talk about, I guess I'm going to do some skincare and maybe like a little bit of makeup. Really nothing too muchly because I don't have that much in me right now. Definitely stayed up late again last night. And this time we listened to all of the emo punk music that made us cry when we were a teenager. So this face is puffy and tired and dehydrated. And that just means that we're gonna do some quick stuff while I do a bit of makeup, and this is my headband, a bit of makeup and skincare. I'll probably just talk to you about some of the stuff that I'm loving recently, some of the new things that I've gotten. I'm really excited, but I finally got in the Tower 28 mascara. If you don't know already, it's been sold out on the Sephora website, Sephora Canada website for like over a month, I don't know. And I finally got my hands on it. I'm gonna try that today because the last mascara that I bought was the Mob Beauty mascara, and while I super appreciate what Mob Beauty is all about, and I will absolutely be purchasing other products from them, and maybe even the mascara again, this tube has been really rough. It's really dry, it crumbles right away, it like gets in my eye because it's crumbling, and it crumbles down my face. So it's a pass in terms of at least this tube. I'm always here for trying another round of it, especially because they are reusable sort of containers. So you just buy the new thing of mascara and you click it into the apparatus. Apparatus is a big word. We're doing okay. And that way it reduces trash. So because of that, I'm always willing to give it another try. But until then, I got my hands on the Tower 28 one. I'm excited. I'm hoping it lives up to expectations. Everyone says it's phenomenal. We're gonna give it a try today. Right now, I'm gonna start just with a face spray. This is the Beekman 1802 Milkshake Hyaluronic Acid and Squalane Facial Toner Mist. This is not vegan, but it is cruelty-free. I believe it has goat's milk in it. We're veering a little bit today. I didn't like this that much in the beginning, but I'm really loving this now. Oh, I'll show you the Beekman. That's the Beekman. Hello face, go away face. And you can see it's a biphase toner, so there's like the oil up top, and when you leave it steady for a while, the oil and the water go down to the, like, separate, and that's been really nice. I'm going to go in with sort of a water cream. It's called a sleeping mask, and it's by this Korean company that I will for sure mispronounce, and I absolutely don't want to disrespect them like that. When I first got it, I was like, meh. I just kind of like threw it in my skincare routine to make sure I used it. And now I'm sitting here because it's so hydrating that I'm probably gonna repurchase it and sort of always have it in the mix with my skincare routine. And that's the sleeping mask by this company. Again, I'm not gonna say it out loud because I know that I might butcher this name. And honestly, because of so many people who've screwed my name up over the years, I think I'm pretty particular about making sure I say names out loud in a respectful way, and that's usually how they're meant to be pronounced. I like weirdly, yeah, I'm probably gonna get it again. It's really good. I've tried other products from this company. You've probably seen them in my past videos or maybe some of my reels on Instagram. They're a really nice company, simple, effective. Since it's kind of morning, spoiler alert, it's like actually like 1 p.m. I am also going to do a little bit more face cream, but I'm gonna keep it kind of simple today. Next, I'm gonna go in, This is grody. Don't judge me. I'm gonna go in with a Stratia Liquid Gold. I got the big size. As you can see, I'm almost done. I love this component. I love that it's, what is it? That there's no air pump. So technically, like, it's a pressure pump. So every time you pump, it pushes the bottom piece up. And that is what pushes the product out. Listen, I am not a developer, nor am I any kind of, what are they called? Oh no, here we go. The beginning of the end. We're forgetting all our words. I don't build things, so I don't know how this works, but it's cool, and generally speaking, because air doesn't get into it, it usually means that it's a lot more sanitary and likely to last well. Anyways, I really love Stratia. They're very science-backed. I have heard only good things about them. I am excited to repurchase this as well as some of their other products too. I'm just going to let that sit for a second so that I can go in and put my sunscreen on. And I have a sunscreen, again, that I didn't think I liked that much in the beginning, but then winter hit and I was like, this is my perfect sunscreen. While I wait for this to just sink in so that it doesn't get muddled up and kind of screw up my sunscreen, I did want to mention a couple of other purchases that I have been really excited to get and have been really loving and have been super surprising to me in terms of skincare. First of all is the Tower 28 SOS spray. If you've been anywhere around skincare or even a lot of people's beauty channels recently, you will know this is very well known and it's very well loved. I am lucky enough that I don't usually struggle with eczema, but I do struggle sometimes with like dry skin, with irritation. I've really been liking this. Again, it's one of those things that I think you appreciate the most when you're struggling, when there's like something off with your skin, at least for people like me. And so though I'm using it now, I'm also probably intending to keep it around. This company also does refills, so they will send you a massive bottle version of this that you can just use to top up your product, and I love that. So this is probably going to be like a always have in the back of my stash, and or if I don't have a refill, on my to buy list. They even have like National Eczema Association accepted product stamp on it right there. And I just think that's great. I'm gonna go in with my current favorite winter sunscreen, and that is, again, man, I am such a trend. That is the Beauty of Joseon. Now I feel like I'm second guessing, but I've heard it a bunch. Relief Sun Rice and Probiotics SPF 50. And this one, I got it and started using it in the summertime, and I just found it, I guess, too thick. And it made my skin really oily looking. It just was like shiny and I wasn't loving it. I think I just had a better favorite that was a little bit thinner of a formula, and this one sort of fell to the wayside. I finished that bottle of sunscreen up and pulled this one back out to just retry and make sure I was using it up, and lo and behold, it got cold. It was like the end of fall going into winter, and I used this and I was like, oh my god, my skin's not reacting at all. It's moisturized. I don't have to use as much other moisturizers to pack into my skincare. Like you saw, I only use one or two, and normally in wintertime I'm like shoving things into my skin to try and keep myself from looking like discolored and dull, etc. I will probably be repurchasing it for next winter, but that won't be for a while. I'm desperately trying to make some smarter purchasing choices, and since I know this doesn't work for me in summertime, I will finish this tube up this season and then circle back to get a new one next fall. Now I do have the sunscreen on my face. It does have to sit for a minute, so I encourage you, if you have a tea, if you have a coffee, take a sip and chill with me. Maybe I'll like throw some lo-fi here just to encourage a break or a moment. But yeah, take a beat. Picking my nose. It's just itchy and I have all these nose rings. Don't judge me. brushes and things. So I'm obviously going to give this a minute or two more, but I thought maybe I could chat about a couple of things while I wait. So I wanted to talk about a couple more things that I've been loving for skincare, one of which is incredibly surprising. I kind of like bought it on a whim and then have used it almost every day since, and that is the Pacifica Coconut Milk Cream to Foam Face Wash. This, I like it. I like me some cream to foam face wash, at least the way Pacifica does it, and as you can see on the bottle, 100% vegan, cruelty free. This is fragranced, so be mindful if you do have sensitive skin and or like if fragrance really bothers you, just keep that in mind. But damn, this was like, yeah, like a whim purchase, and I love it. It's really non-stripping, it's really nice. Something about like the not foam but like micro foam that it like creates when you're rubbing it into your skin is incredibly enjoyable to me. I don't know, I think there's just something about both the experience, the smell, and then how my skin feels afterwards that I can't put this down. And that doesn't usually happen. Like, I'm always sort of like cycling through things, or if I can't put something down, it's kind of because I'm in the habit of it, and there's only like a couple of things that I keep picking up because of the like sensorial like desire to have it every single day. Like, I kind of get into routine. But this, it's almost daily where I'm like, I should probably use another cleanser. Like, I've got cleansers that are older that need to get used, and then I pick this up every time. Super surprised, really love it. I don't know if Pacifica is going to keep things around. They kind of like sometimes cycle through things. So I will say if it's around when I finish this and I finish some of my other cleansers, I would love to repurchase this. We will see. I don't know if it's going to be kind of like a more permanent product. I have two more skincare things. So this is a Peach and Lily Matcha Pudding Antioxidant Cream. And I got this when I was in the US. I got it with a like package of deluxe sample pieces from Peach and Lily. It was like a box set. And I kind of got the box set for that glass skin serum that everyone was talking about a while ago, that I was like, glass skin. I have texture on my skin. Is it gonna make it glass-like? I'll be real, I haven't used it regularly enough to see a massive difference, but that's like me. This, however, it started with the smell, because I just love me some matcha, and it really, oh man, it smells like citrus matcha, and as you're rubbing it in, the matcha smell sort of comes out. I'm wearing a matcha perfume right now. I think it's like Matcha Meditations or something from, I'll like put the name up here because damn it, I was just thinking that I should get that earlier. How have I forgotten the name already? I love me some matcha. I just love the smell of matcha. So it started with the smell, but it is pudding. It feels like you're putting pudding on your face, and it's really, really nice. It's not too oily. It's not sort of like the water cream that I was mentioning earlier. It is just like a really nice, right down the center, could use it during the day, great addition at night, face cream. It's one of those things that it's like, every time I look at it, I want to put it on my face again, kind of like the Pacifica. I have other creams, but this always just feels like a nice touch, especially at nighttime when I'm like, no word of a lie, layering like 5 different creams on my face. This always manages to make it into the running, as in like in the middle of my skincare. So I'll start with like the water cream and then go in with a liquid gold and then maybe this or like one other, but this always falls into the middle. It feels like a great transition cream into the heavier like last steps, kind of more occlusive at the end steps. And yeah, I just really, really like it. As you can see, I'm almost done. To be honest, I can't get my finger, I have long nails, so it's harder to get my finger in there, but I already repurchased a larger size from Peach and Lily because I would miss it if I didn't have it. And that's saying a lot. I don't really repurchase things. I have like maybe 3 or 4 other things that I repurchase, which is not much considering how much I spend money on skincare. My last favorite skincare thing that I wanted to share with you was actually from the same purchase as that larger size from the Peach and Lily website, and that is the Eco Your Skin Facial Pilates Mask. This is tightening, and it also has the word silhouette on it, but this is what it looks like. on, focus. I actually can't always see if it's in focus. Y'all, do you remember like that Peter something Roth mask where people like put it on their under eye and then their like under eye would disappear, their bags? This is kind of like that. It feels like magic. I don't know how it works. From what I can tell, there's nothing like scary or elixir potion like that is magical in the formulation, and yet I put this shit on my skin and leave it on for 10 minutes, and it does that like creepy, dries on your face, and your face looks like it's been tightened. It's not quite the clay look, but it's almost that clay look. It feels like when you have clay masks on your face and it dries and you like can't move your face without it cracking. But when you wash this off, it is magic. My fine lines and my wrinkles look so much less, and I don't have a ton of wrinkles and fine lines to begin with. Like I have some fine lines here, maybe here, a little bit under my eye because, hello, unproperly slept for my entire life, and like some forehead one. But when I put this on, I can't see any of them. I can see my forehead wrinkles if I like go really close in the mirror, but the light doesn't catch them the same way. And when I literally like this close to the mirror, I can't see the fine lines here, and I can't see as much of them here. It's like it does this immediate, literal Pilates. Like it's like Pilates for your face. It tightens everything up. I don't know how they do it. It works though. And when you go on the Peach and Lily website, there are like thousands of reviews of people saying the same thing of all ages. It's wild. It's wild. It's not that expensive. I've already recommended it to like 4 people because I don't understand. I don't understand. That is it for skincare. I'm going to go in some makeup. The Tower 28 mascara. I'm just gonna go in with some basic makeup. I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of base product, though I do have a base product that I'm kind of excited I have. I think it's mostly just gonna be like a super simple eye look. Not necessarily a good one. I do not tout that I am a makeup person. I just throw shit on my face that feels like a good balance of making me feel good without making me work too hard. Because if I work too hard, then it no longer feels like play. It feels like a job. I don't like work to begin with. I'm not here looking out for a second job, if you catch my drift. I have a couple products that I have been, again, loving that I'm for sure gonna use in this look. And I'm looking for a couple other things. So I'm just gonna start with eyes because that's usually the easiest. And for today, I started using one of my Phytosurgence colors, and I've really been into it. Sorry about all the background noise. I have really enjoyed what it's looked like on the eye. It kind of is like a grungy gray, and that is the Magnetic Maple. The Magnetic Maple from Phytosurgence, and this is the color. I don't know, I've been here for it. Normally I would never go for a gray, and yet here we are. Here we are. So I'm actually just, wow, maybe it's like a taupey gray, I don't know, I'm here for it. Maybe I kind of am like leaning into the dull winter, can't really get away from it grayness of it all, or just like the bad mood of it all. And I get it, it's 2023, we're supposed to be, I don't know, it's January, everyone's like, new year, new me. But it's been a rough couple of years. And that doesn't mean that I'm miserable, but I don't feel the need to pretend that. I don't know, I think when you're younger, there's this pressure to set all these goals, or maybe that's not just about age, but there's this societal thing that just because it's a new year, it's gonna be so much different than it was 15 days ago, and that's not true. I'm not out here trying to set expectations really high. I've done that, I've been there, it doesn't work, and it just makes me say it. So I'm just here living my life, and for right now in Canada, it's literally sunny today for the first time in a while, but like usually it's pretty gray. Where did the sun go? I don't know. And so this works for me. I don't know, it's fulfilling, it's easy. Phytosurgence eyeshadows are like pretty, they just have hold, you know, they don't really about on your eyelid. I can usually get through a good chunk of the day without them creasing. Sorry, even without primer, and that's a feat on me. I have hooded eyes and everything creases, but this makes it a little bit longer. and that's nice. Just gonna bring that under the eye. I don't know if you could see, but I just sort of did a wash all over the eye. I'm not going hard today. I've just been enjoying this. It's a really, I don't by any means wear it every day, but it's just been a really nice one and done. Makeup I only have 5 minutes to care. Obviously it looks longer now, but I only have 5 minutes to care, and what am I gonna do? This, a bit of eyeliner, and mascara. So I'm just going in now, packing it on in the areas that I see maybe it's not as pigmented as I'd like it to be. It's this really cool formula too. I don't know, you gotta try it. I mean, don't spend your money if you don't need to, but it's very hard to explain. It's like a cream to something something, not powder. Maybe it's still cream. I mean, it stays and you forget that it's there. So that is the entirety of the eyeshadow that I'm doing. Sorry, that was bad. And I'm gonna go in with, oh my goodness, my new favorite, eye pencils. Okay, we need to have a conversation about this. Go back in time. I'm 13. I've never put on makeup before. I'm starting to experiment. You know, it's like 2000s, and I am like tight lining and water lining with black eyeliner every day. And by like noon every day, it is halfway down my face. It has smudged, it has run, and it is no longer on my waterline. It is actually on my cheeks. And from that moment until now, I have been desiring, I have been hoping for, and on the desperate search, which has led to many purchases and much disappointment, for an eye pencil that will not move, that is easy to go on the waterline, that you can smudge about, but that does not end up all down my face by the end of the day. I found it. I found it, y'all! I found it, and that is the Persona 24-hour waterproof eye pencils. I have no words. I'm gonna look up who recommended it because I really want you to go and check them out. They're a phenomenal person. State of Kate. I saw it on their stories on Instagram, and I was like, okay, we'll try. And they said the same thing, you know, it's one of the only things that they've ever used that has worked on their waterline and hasn't, like, is smudgy, is still like a smudgy eye pencil, but at the end of the day, doesn't end up all over their face. And I was like, I tried so many. I've lost faith, but I have not lost hope. And I purchased a couple, and they did the damn thing. I've worn them almost every day since I tried them and tested them out. And plum, bronze, black, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go purchase their brown. It doesn't matter what the color is, they do it. It doesn't budge on me. And I've never, anytime any brand has touted that, it's like they get better and better over the years, but I've never found one that just stays. And this is the one, guys. This is the goddamn one. I'm gonna go in with their black. I've gone in with the gray, and it looks funny with if I use like a brown colored one. And even though I put this on the waterline in the corner, I don't actually take it all the way in the waterline. I don't take it all the way in. I just sort of take it like a bit there, and you'll see I'll smudge it. All right, so that's the bottom line, and I'm just gonna do a little bit on the top line. Again, I'm not going the whole way over. It's mostly in the outer corners. Hello. And again, it's just, you can both soften up the line, but you can also just like move it around. And one thing that I will say, it is waterproof. Damn it. I was having a fun time in the shower one day with a partner, and had makeup on, and I was like, well, screw it, you know, sometimes you just like, you're ready for it. I was certain this would end up all down my face. I was pleasantly surprised. It did not end up all down my face. The only time it really moved was when I went to go rub my eyes, when shampoo in this case, or like soap. It actually was soap, not something else, got in my eye, and I had to like rub them really hard, and even then it was like still sort of there. It didn't really smudge down my face. It was there, or it had like rubbed away. So it didn't leave a disaster zone of things that I had to clean up. Guys, that's A miracle? I don't want to sound like a crazy, ridiculous person, but that genuinely is flabbergasting to me. That's never happened. Sorry, it's so hard to talk and do the eye makeup part of this. Anyways, have I waxed poetic enough about these? Go and buy them. These are actually worth your money. If you are looking for like a smudgy eyeliner, and they also have this really cute sort of dupe for the Dior bright pink blush that is like bubblegum pink, and I don't think it's that expensive. You can go and try that too. I've heard amazing things, though I haven't tried it myself. See, like I can still go in and like push it about a bit. That's more than I can say. A lot of pencils like that do the whole "we won't budge" stamp down, and then you can't keep working with them. But this kind of has a magical duo of like being smudgy throughout the day, but only when you touch it, like only when you go to smudge it. And if you just leave it and you don't touch it, it goes nowhere. I have no words, many words, but not really any words that can describe it, so you're just gonna have to go and get it yourself. And again, I have the bronze, plum, and the black, and I am gonna go in and buy the brown. I got the plum because it looked more brown, like when you want a little bit of liner but you don't want it so dramatic as this. And then the brown, their actual brown, is somewhere between a black and the plum. I'm gonna go in and get that one, and by go in I mean go on their website and get that one, because I find that the plum is really good when I don't have a darker color on my eye, but when I do it just kind of gets lost. It's not dark enough. I don't always want to wear black though. I do have the product we've all been waiting for, the Tower 28 mascara that everyone's been saying so much about. I'm so excited to use this. I really hope this is everything I hoped it would be and more. We've been on the hunt for that good mascara. I will say the e.l.f. Big Mood mascara, I'm leaning back now. I like have given up on being close to the camera. I'm sorry. It doesn't mean that I don't care for you. Pretty great, but I couldn't, you could only get just chunky. Oh wow. Oh wow. First swipe, it deposited a noticeable amount of product without overwhelming and clumping and getting too thick. And as I keep, it just sort of like, these are like literally first impressions. I've never used this, that's why it was still in the box. What I can say is it's depositing product, but there's something about the way that it works where it's not just like depositing it and then it's like sitting there or like getting really gunky. It's also doing this like phenomenal job of, as you apply it, it like spreads it out, so it goes all the way almost to like the tips of your hairs without losing that like depth of, in this case, blackness. I really like black mascara, and wow, just as you brush it through, it's like the brush, the design of the brush is really good. Catches all of them. Wow. Oh wow. Sorry, I'm having a moment. I have looked forward to this for so long. Oh my god, it does such a good job of brushing them out. See you, Tower 28. See you. The real test is gonna be like, does it not crumble and smear all down my face? Oh, that was a weird sound. Don't judge me. In the words of Owen Wilson, wow. How? Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 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 I have to stop saying that. I'm kind of blown away. Maybe this is just because I've been looking forward to it for so long, but I'm going in sort of with like a second round of coating. I don't even think it needs like a second coat, not a real second coat. Damn, damn. Okay, alright, I see how it is. Look at that. Oh no, it's still wet. I don't know if you can see how voluminous. Oh wow, it's wet, but it didn't really deposit on my upper eyelid, which is another win. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. Maybe I'll like drop something on Instagram about it. Alright y'all, so if I was good about this and threw this in my most recent YouTube video, then this is just sort of an update on my makeup at the end of the day. So it is currently 10:30 at night, which means I've been wearing this eye makeup for like 9.5 hours. So that is really good. First of all, it's still pretty much in my waterline. It's moved maybe a little bit, but when I pull it back, it looks like it's still in my waterline. But the real test here is whether or not any product has black product has settled in these under eye bags or these wrinkles. So I'm just gonna, if I'm correct, yeah, there's none. After 9.5 hours, this never freaking happens. The second thing that I'm going to check in about is the Phytosurgent eyeshadow. And like I mentioned, it creased. Everything does crease on me, but this is still not bad. Like, I could technically do that. You know, like, it's not that bad. Honestly, it's not that bad. There is still pigment on my face. And last but not least, we're doing a final check of the Tower 28 mascara. Again, it's been about 9.5 hours, give or take, and I see no crumblies. No crumblies on my cheeks. I see no smudgies on my cheeks. Maybe a tiny bit of smudging here. But once again, probably one of the best products I've used. So do with that what you will, but I am a hard eyeliner mascara person to please. They usually never work. There's usually some nitpicky thing that I have about them. So yeah, I'd have to say for both of these, first of all, the Persona Cosmetics eyeliners are like 9.5 out of 10 for me, and the mascara is like, yeah, maybe 9.5 out of 10, a little bit of smudginess. She good. And this is with like sunscreen and really nice, I don't know, skincare that I like to do every day. I don't have dry skin, I have combination skin, and on top of that I do a good chunk of skincare. So back to past Channy, I guess. Now normally I would go in with some face makeup, like even my skin out, but I'm not feeling the pressure to do that today. Where did you go? But I will talk about a product that I just got that I'm really excited about. Maybe I'll use it in another video, which is the Kulfi Main Match Concealer. And I got it in Mango Drop. It's supposed to be long wearing, really good coverage. I am still trying to figure out if it works for my skin tone. I previously used it like sort of a spot all over my face and like really buffed it out, and it looked really nice. I still do sort of like you can see the dark circles that I have, so I still go for a little bit more brightening under the eyes. And so for under the eyes, I tend to mix it with my KVD lightweight full coverage concealer. I don't know, whatever, apple something concealer, and I have that in medium 146. It looks super gross, sorry, but that's the one. I really find that this is like a really good tone match. It's a little bit lighter than obviously the under eye or like the darker parts of my face like here, but in terms of tone and undertone, phenomenal. Exactly what I need. Not too orange, not too yellow, not too like pale, but like gray. Sometimes I'll get paler ones and it turns up gray on my skin, and it's so brutal going over the dark circles. None of that. It's great. And so when I mix these two together under the eyes, it's not quite so brightening. It's not quite so like tick and stampy a little bit. It's a little bit closer to my tone, so it's also a little bit still brightening, but not as dramatic. And then I'm still trying this out around the face. I've only used it once or twice, so I'm still figuring it out. But I did want to mention it. South Asian owned brand, femme owned brand, small brand. They carry it at Sephora now. I would totally recommend their eye pencils, though they didn't not do the smudgy thing. They did smudge down. They are still really, really close. Before these Persona tingies pencils, God, those were my holy grail ones because they would last the longest and they had cool colors and you could work with them, and then they would kind of like solid down, like set. I really, really enjoyed them, so I would highly recommend this. I've seen so many people of color, women of color, men of color trying these out and really like loving it, really loving these concealers. And I know that people die for their eye pencils, and I really love them too, even if they're not like the holy grail doesn't move from your waterline eye pencils. They're still phenomenal, and I will still be using their eye pencils. This was a video mostly about makeup and things that I've been enjoying and newfound loves that I have. Life isn't all makeup and skincare, right? So I recognize that we didn't get into life stuff nearly as much, touched on here and there, but you know, life never stops. And so I'm sure we will have another video talking about that stuff while we do some makeup. And I hope you know that even though we might not have touched on the deep stuff today, we might not have touched on the inner us, the deepest us, that I see you, that we're all in this together. And even if it doesn't feel that way, you're not alone, and I have to remember that I'm not alone. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, or you can even subscribe, which would be so nice for me. I don't do videos that often right now. I'm trying to prioritize my love, my joy, my health, and my limits and capacity. So that looks like me doing a video when it feels good for me to be doing a video. And I know that I have it in me to edit it and throw it up there on YouTube. So if that still works with you, I'd love to have you here. It's nice not to be alone, you know? I really hope I'll see you in the next one.